Today I'm going to make a video that's very close to what the Cobra is, but it goes the front side and the back side, and it ends up being similar to this. Not quite this design, but pretty close, and this will end up being the most basic bracelet I think I know of. It's right up there with the Cobra being the easiest. But what I'm doing today is I'm using 6 feet of the desert camo and 6 feet of the neon yellow. Also I have a whistle buckle. So I've already taken 6 feet and 6 feet and I fused them together right there. Now to start, I'm going to go down through the top part of the buckle and pull this through. So I have a loop at the end here. I'm going to reach through the loop and pull all of it through. Pull that nice and tight. And then I always put my buckle in here so that I can make sure that it's not crossed. Pull all this through nice and flat. And then flip the buckle over and go up through the bottom. And I think we got a little twisted there. There we go. Alright, so if you thought the Cobra was easy, this is a little bit easier in my opinion. So you're going to start out with your length, and this is where you would measure, you know, if you got 7-inch wrist, 8-inch wrist, you're going to measure from there to there, and that'll give you your overall dimensions. Okay, so basically the Cobra is one out in the front and one in the back, similar to that. So this time you're going to do it on the front side without going behind, and then the next knot you're going to go behind and do the same thing. So, and make sure you always start with the same color, whether it's on the front or the back. So I'm going to start with the desert, go under, and then through the loop. So basically you're just tying a knot. You're just tying a knot in the front, and you're just going to repeat the same thing in the back. So all I do is I just flip this over, start with the same color each time, and you're gonna basically you're just tying a knot, just a regular old knot, and tighten this one up really nice and tight. And flip it over and do the same thing. So you're not really going over, you're not going between. It's either one side or the other, and you're just tying a knot right in front. So you could actually just take that right out of there. Just tie your knot. Flip over. Tie a knot. I don't think it gets a whole lot easier than this one. Now one thing you want to try and do is, this pattern is going to start right away, so you want to try and line up your pattern as you go. Otherwise you might have a hard time as it goes on. Flip over. This one's going to go around and under. So I actually kind of stumbled upon this design by accident. I was watching somebody's video on YouTube, and they said they were doing the Cobra weave, and I was looking at it, and basically they weren't going behind like this. That's how you normally would do a cobra. They were just doing it in front and then in the back, and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's something different I haven't seen before. So then I decided to try one out, and it actually looks pretty good when it's all done. But yeah, you're just going to keep doing this. This one takes a little while because you're actually building up both sides instead of all of it at the same time. So it takes a little bit more time and a little extra paracord. So if you normally would start out with, say, 5 feet, you might want to up it to 6 because it does take extra paracord. Don't forget to send me the pictures. If you create something using my videos, don't forget to send me some pictures. I'll get those posted on the video at the end. And then they'll also go onto the website. We're creating a new page for completed projects and ideas. And all those ideas and pictures are coming from you guys. So if you can get me some pictures, those will get posted in the appropriate place. There, now the pattern's starting to come through. This one's a little bit wider than the one I showed you at the beginning, just a little bit, but it looks very, very similar. So again, let me just show you how to do this one more time. You're just going to take this one, the desert camo. If you always just start on the left side, you always know where you're at. Take that up over the top and just cross your yellow. Just like that. So this really has nothing to do with the middle until you flip it over. And then you just pull that knot tight. One way you can tell where you're at, see, my desert is now on the right, so it needs to start on the left, so you just flip over. I'm going to do this last one here, and then I'll come back and show you how to finish up the bracelet. Alright, we're pretty much down to the end here, and this one definitely eats up some paracord, let me tell you. I think I had 6 feet of each color, and I got about a foot left of each color now, but this is a pretty small bracelet. So you're going to want to measure a little heavy on this one when you're doing your measuring for the length of paracord. I think I'll be able to get one more. Yep, I'll be able to get one more here. Really important to get that last one nice and tight. So I'm going to give this little cut here, singe the end, and we call this good. That one. Make sure when you're doing this that you have some really good pair of scissors, because the ones I've got right there, I don't know, they like to separate a little bit, so I really got to be careful when I'm cutting it or I'll fray the heck out of it. And that should do it. I'm not really sure what to call this. I'm sure there's a name for it. I can't be the first one that kind of figured this one out, but like I said, make sure you measure a little bit heavy on your paracord, because I think I measured this to about 7 or 8 inches and it ended up being a little smaller. But there it is. I got the neon yellow and the desert camo. It turned out pretty decent. And don't forget to send me your pictures. I'll get those posted as soon as I can. Thanks again.